This is Jeopardy!
Hi, welcome back to Jeopardy! This week we have our Great Gatsby edition of Jeopardy! And our topics are love triangles, lifestyles, queer relations, and desires. Let's meet the contestants.
Hey, I'm Ivy and I'm from California.
I'm Summer, I'm from Arkansas.
I'm Jeremy from Alabama.
And I'm Taylor from Wisconsin.
Okay, to start, in no particular order at all, we'll start with Taylor from Wisconsin.
Alright, let me think here. I think I'm gonna go with love triangle for 200, please.
Love triangle for 200. Tom Buchanan, Daisy Buchanan, and Jay Gatsby.
What is the love triangle in the Great Gatsby?
Okay, so in the article, Her Story in David Buchanan, author Leland S. Person begins by describing how other authors have described Daisy Buchanan in the past as monstrous, criminal, and immoral, and vulgar, and inhumane, stuff like this. Leland, the author, forms an argument against these statements by provoking the idea that perhaps the true victim in the story is Daisy herself, due to her past lover, Jay Gatsby, and her current husband, Tom Buchanan. But Daisy is victimized by Gatsby due to the fact that he continuously holds her up to a pedestal and makes her feel as if she is much more of a dignified person, you could say, than what she truly is. Tom, on the other hand, attempts to create a everyday woman out of Daisy, kind of like a housewife, basically, so that he could fit in with the associates and colleagues that he has. Daisy, Gatsby, and Tom all fight for their own idea of the American dream, as Leland says in the article, while failing to realize that it is dying and unobtainable due to the fact that all of their visions conflict in one way or another. This article also goes into depth to describe the relationship between Nick and Gatsby, Nick being Gatsby's friend from a long time ago. Nick follows in these footsteps, begins attending these extravagant parties and seeing several different women. Eventually, Nick begins to treat Jordan, one of his girlfriends, the way that Gatsby treats Daisy, in a sense. And Nick looks to Daisy to assist him in forming this relationship between him and Jordan. The article goes on to explain how Daisy is not completely innocent in the fact that she visualizes Gatsby unfairly just as he does to her, but Gatsby is more at fault than her. The article defends her even more. As the story progressed, both Daisy and Gatsby's illusions of each other came crashing down due to a confrontation between Tom and Gatsby, in which Tom verbally berates Gatsby and in a sense exposes him. Later in the book, Daisy runs over Tom's mistress, Myrtle Wilson, in Gatsby's car, resulting in the murder of Gatsby and the end of their affair. And this article concludes by describing the dehumanization of women portrayed in The Great Gatsby, as Daisy is tempted throughout the entire story to please the men in her life. I can think of a number of situations in which I've seen people change either for the better or for worse in order to form or maintain a relationship with another person. This was usually due to the fact that they knew that person they had feelings for would not accept them for who they really were, or the other person in the relationship automatically assuming that the individual would change for them. In Daisy's case, the conflicting views of her personality from both Tom and Gatsby inevitably caused a break in one of the relationships. Next up, we'll have Jeremy from Alabama.
I would take queer relations for 500.
Queer relations for 500. An older man mentors a younger boy into a lifestyle of success.
What is queer theory?
Correct.
This article focuses partly on Nick's experiences with the male relationships and how they're related to success in business. Froelich argues that The Great Gatsby is partly about Nick coming to terms with the realization that there's no real chance of love or desire other than which is associated with economic power and capitalism. Froelich's argument is that Gatsby knew and embraced the idea of man-boy mentoring and partook in these relationships to gain economic success. The Great Gatsby echoes these older ideas of man becoming wealthy and powerful through sexual acts with older, more powerful men.
Next up, we'll have Summer from Arkansas.
I want Desires for 100.
Desires for 100. The definition of chasing after wealth, power, and social standing.
What is the American dream?
In Adam Means' article, Repetition, Race, and Desire in Great Gatsby, he states that their relationship with Sweet and Daisy is one of Gatsby's overall desire. His desire to have Daisy in his life is because that she is the embodiment of something that he wanted, which was respect. And in chasing her, he ultimately destroys his dreams and events that ultimately causes his death.
Next up, we'll have Ivy from California.
Can I take Lifestyle for 300?
Lifestyle for 300. The idea that children born into low-income families will receive less opportunities and continue into this lifestyle.
Am I able to phone a friend?
Absolutely.
Hello. Hey, I'm on Jeopardy right now, and I was wondering if you could help me answer a question.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it's about The Great Gatsby, and it's about lifestyle. And the question was, the idea that children born into low-income families will receive less opportunities and continue in this lifestyle.
That sounds a little like, is it The Great Gatsby curve?
Yay, thank you.
No problem.
The Great Gatsby curve does an excellent job of relating the characters in The Great Gatsby to all Americans. The American dream illustrates how Americans are much more likely to tolerate inequality to achieve success. Differences in income, opportunity, and intergenerational mobility affect families as well as friends. These ideals are presented in The Great Gatsby repeatedly. Because Gatsby did not come from a wealthy family like Tom Buchanan, he is looked down upon throughout the book. Daisy is fought over and is given little opportunity to do as she pleases because she is so consumed with pleasing everyone else. The Great Gatsby curve explains how children who are born into low-income families receive less opportunities. Due to his unfortunate background, Gatsby has a small chance with Daisy, as well as fitting in with the old money of Long Island. Poverty is typically passed on from generation to generation, but in the attempt to win over Daisy, Gatsby mysteriously obtains a large sum of money. The Great Gatsby curve states that the change of income rarely occurs, and that when it does, it is usually not successful. This is something Tom continually tries to warn Daisy about in an attempt to keep Daisy to himself.
And this week's winner of the Great Gatsby edition of Jeopardy is Jeremy from Alabama. Congratulations, Jeremy.
Thank you.
You're a proud winner of $500.
Ooh, nice. Well, I'd like to congratulate the other contestants. I also like to thank my sociology teacher, Dr. Mudney, for teaching everything I know in this class.
Congratulations, Jeremy. We'll see you next week on Jeopardy.